So, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. We're so excited to have Rita Savoia with us here today. And in this beautiful evening workshop, you will learn through Rita the signs and symptoms of dysfunctional breathing and its harmful effects, how to release stress, anxiety, blockages, and repressed emotions, how to boost your creativity, focus, and clarity, how to feel relaxed, calm, and grounded, and how to reach a new level of peace and access parts of yourself that you never, ever experienced before. So welcome, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Papadopoulos. I'm the director of the Institute of Holistic Nutrition. It's an honor to be here with Rita Savoia, one of our graduates, in this webinar series. There will be a link that will be sent to everyone, and we look so forward to the Q&A session at the end. And Rita Savoia is a certified nutritional practitioner. She is a functional breathing coach, a yoga instructor, a workplace well-being consultant, speaker, mental health and longevity advocate. Rita founded Savoia Self-Care Holistic Wellness and created the 6 pillars of self-care aimed at resetting back to the basics. The pillars are based on the holistic integration of the heart, mind, and body that bridge the gap between our emotions, thoughts, and physical body. With no further ado, please let's welcome Rita Savoia.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. I am so excited to be here. I am so happy and honored to be with the IHN family, with sharing this passion of mine for mindful breathing with fellow alumni and current students. So I am really, really excited for everyone here today, just in the chat, just to see sort of who's here, who has tried breathwork before. In terms of, just any type of breathing, even if you do just yoga or any breath work. Wim Hof is pretty popular these days. So if you want to just in the chat, if you have experience with breath work or is this your first time, it'd be nice to know. So yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Teresa, Pinar. All right. Okay. So we have some experienced people, which I'm excited about. Okay. So I named this webinar, Change Your Breath, Change Your Life. And I am not exaggerating because I always tell my clients that if you want to feel better in 30 days, change your food. If you want to feel better in a week, drink more water. If you want to feel better in minutes, change your breathing pattern. How you breathe really matters for optimal health, longevity, and so much more. And that's what we're going to touch upon right now before we get into the actual experience. And then, as Elizabeth mentioned, I will be honored and delighted to answer any more of your questions. So what is mindful breathing? What does that even mean? Well, it's an art and a science of applying breath awareness and conscious breathing as a therapeutic tool, a bridge for health, growth, and change in the mind, body, and the heart. So when a baby takes their first breath, we call it their birthday. When a person takes their last breath, we mourn their death. But how well do we actually pay attention to all of those breaths in between? Proper breathing affects every single cell, tissue, muscle, organ, and organ system in the body, helping you to achieve physical, mental, and emotional healing benefits, such as boosting immunity, helping you manage stress and avoid burnout or mitigate burnout, as well as anxiety, panic disorder, and depression. Interesting fact, 75% of people with anxiety and panic disorder and 85% of people with depression actually have some sort of dysfunctional breathing going on. Proper breathing can also help with blood pressure and lower blood pressure. In fact, that it can help you or your partner stop snoring and even improve your sleep quality. as well as improve heart rate variability and that strengthen that vagal tone, and even allow you to feel more energy and less fatigue, and even improve your athletic performance. It helps with pain management, not only menstrual cycle pain management, but also lower back. So 25% is another interesting fact. 25% of people with lower back pain have some sort of dysfunctional breathing. Why? They're not properly engaging their diaphragm, and their diaphragm is actually, it helps to support spine stability. So another thing that really intrigued me, mental health. Not only helping you feel more calm, cool, composed, right? But also better mental health, mental focus, clarity, and also attention. Just like I mentioned earlier, with those 3 minutes they had, those golfers, to actually focus on their breath. And they did such a better job at hitting the ball. So it's super important for mental health, digestion, not only because breath work can help you tap into that rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system, so to help you better absorb the nutrients, but also help with some symptoms. So I also always recommend breathing to my clients that have digestive issues, abdominal pain, GERD, IBS symptoms, and even heartburn, and can help with that. Libido, yes. Okay, so remember how I said in the beginning that it actually helps to boost immunity? Well, that's because nasal breathing helps us to produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a very powerful antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal properties. And it is also one of the main ingredients that is in Viagra. Why? It's also a vasodilator. So it opens up capillaries, sends fresh oxygenated blood to that area. So it helps with erectile dysfunction. Nasal breathing also helps with delayed ejaculation and improves orgasms too. So definitely good for libido, as well as weight loss. So proper breathing or breathing techniques can actually help lower hunger and appetite. It increases leptin as well. And it also increases your resting metabolic rate, just by breathing exercises alone and really engaging that diaphragm. A really fun fact is, another thing too, oxygen helps to burn fat. So the more oxygenated your cells are, the more your ability to actually burn fat. But you ever wonder when you lose weight, what happens to that weight? A lot of it, yes, gets burned and turns into muscle. But the way it metabolizes, it released through carbon dioxide. So it's released through our breath. A really, really interesting fact, for every 10 pounds we lose, 8.5 of it actually gets expelled through the breath. So it's amazing what proper breathing can do. It's also a natural anti-inflammatory, right? And it also helps with lymphatic drainage. So the diaphragm specifically has very large number of lymph nodes, and we'll talk a little bit more how to properly use your diaphragm. But the more you breathe with that diaphragmatic breath, the more you're actually detoxing each and every single cell of your body. And interestingly, lifespan is directly related to lung span. Makes sense, right? So if you want to live a healthy, long life, then we need to use all of those amazing respiratory muscles, because if we don't use them, we lose them. And as we age, our lung function and efficiency actually decreases, but it doesn't have to if you start learning or relearning how to properly breathe. Okay, so we actually breathe 25,000 different times a day, different breaths a day. And from this presentation, I would love for you to improve even by 1%, right? And who's ready to do that? You want to write in the chat that you're ready to do that? Then I will be more than happy to show you how. And also then the experience will be showing you how as well. But before, let's take a little assessment. So a little baseline measurement. Now, to be fair, we should be doing this first thing in the morning. That is usually the best time. So I would love for you to do this in the morning tomorrow and just see if you got the same score or not. So this is called the BOLT score. So this is the body oxygen level test, and it's from the Oxygen Advantage, but it's a derivative of the control pause from the very famous Buteyko method, developed by a Ukrainian doctor back in the 50s, who was actually helping people with respiratory issues with breathing techniques. What he noticed was that unhealthy people have a noticeable breathing when they're resting, during rest. So the BOLT involves timing how long you can comfortably hold your breath following an exhalation, which is called your carbon dioxide tolerance. So it is an indicator of breath health. So we can train to increase carbon dioxide tolerance through breathing exercises, particularly breathing, breath holding exercises. All right. So what are we going to do? So as I'm explaining this, just breathe normally as you normally breathe. But what we're going to do together is we're going to take 3 inhales in. So 3 inhales together and then out, normal ones, right? So small in breaths and small out. We're going to do it 3 times. On the 3rd time, on the exhale, I invite you to hold your breath. So some people like to pinch their nose with their thumb and their index finger. And then once you hold your breath, start counting how many seconds is your breath hold. And once you can't hold your breath any longer, then just raise your hand or write yes in the chat so that I know that you are done. And basically a little caveat here, remember that when you are taking that inhale, it shouldn't be gasping for air, because that means you held your breath a little too long and it's not a very accurate representation of that breath hold. So we want that breath hold to be, the inhale after the hold to be very natural. Okay. So are we ready? So we're going to do 3 breaths in, 3 breaths out, and then we're going to hold at the bottom of the exhale. I'm going to do this for my visual learners like myself. So again, 3 small breaths in and out. And then on the 3rd out, we're going to hold our breath and count the seconds. And then on the first signs of air hunger, or when you want to breathe, take in that inhale, and then you continue normally breathing. And just remember what your number is. Okay, are we ready? Okay, so let's together, normal breath in, normal breath out, normal breath in, normal breath out, normal breath in, normal breath out. And at the bottom of that exhale, hold your nose and count how many seconds you can hold your breath. And then remember that first breath after the breath hold should be similar to the one before the hold, so that you know you're not holding too long. And if you're done, you can just write your number. If you feel like sharing your number in the chat, how many seconds? Pinar 20, Ramona 16. Anyone else? Okay. So as I mentioned, a more accurate, if you want to do this tomorrow morning, is usually better. 32, 20, 20, 13, 50. Wow. Flora, amazing. A 35, Karen. Yes, 40. All right. We got some breathers in the house. Okay. So this is actually what it means. This is the actual score. So if you got dysfunctional breathing, is anywhere between 1 to 20 seconds. And I hate to use the word dysfunctional, but improper breathing, or maybe you have some sort of bad breathing habits. Okay. And this usually feel like you're out of breath very quickly. You have difficulty breathing most of the times. And I'll get into some of the bad habits as well, but maybe you're chronically over breathing, or there's some chronic hyperventilation, right? You're maybe most likely a mouth breather. So dysfunctional breathing, as I mentioned earlier, has been linked to a number of chronic health conditions, right? And functional breathing, it's anywhere between 25 and above, right? And this is effortless breathing. It's quieter, calmer, almost imperceptible, right? The closer it gets to the 40 seconds and above, there's more natural pauses in between the inhales and the exhales. You can lengthen the breath and you just feel good. You have good energy, clarity, and mental focus. Okay. So I see here, amazing. People are doing an amazing job functional breathing. Now, for those that didn't get 25 and got lower, please do not worry, because 90% of us are breathing incorrectly. Believe it or not, if you watch a baby breathe, we were born with the ability to breathe correct, because if you watch a baby breathe, their belly rises on the inhale and falls on the exhale. Their diaphragm expands and contracts, right? It's just so beautiful. And then life gets in the way and we forget how to breathe. So most of us are breathing incorrectly, but we can relearn and fix all of this. And this is why being in webinars like these and taking courses on how to do it better and practicing can actually help with that. So what are some bad breathing habits? Mouth breathing, that is really all of these other things. And people often ask me, well, how do I know I'm mouth breathing? And I ask them, do you wake up with a dry mouth? Because if you wake up with a dry mouth, chances are you're sleeping with your mouth open. And if you're sleeping with your mouth open at night, you're probably doing it during the day as well. So it also disrupts sleep quality. So whether it's snoring, sleep apnea, or even frequent urination could be a side effect of mouth breathing. Now, poor circulation. I know I have a lot up here, but what's to remember with poor circulation? If you're over breathing, right, your cells are not getting the oxygen that it requires. So this can be manifested into physical signs and symptoms like tense shoulders, cold hands and feet, tapping, twitching, fatigue, poor posture. So you have this hunched posture, right? Or also mental, right? There's this, what we talked about earlier, anxiousness, nervousness, stress, depression, right? Inability to focus and concentrate. It could increase your heart rate, your blood pressure, right? Overall low energy, overall poor lung function, right? And oftentimes it's people that sigh a lot or yawn or even hold their breath. Now, there is this phenomena known as email apnea. So in this, I'm guilty of this too. Sometimes when I'm expecting a really important email, I notice myself holding my breath. And it is a thing amongst professionals. So something to watch out for sure. Also dental issues and facial structures. A facial structure can actually be affected by poorly breathing, okay? Especially mouth breathing. So something to really look out for when you have young children, because maybe they don't need braces. Maybe they just need to rectify their breathing. And I have plenty of stories of kids that actually didn't need braces after they corrected their breathing. And also during the adolescent age, if you are mouth breathing and over breathing, then it can actually change the facial structure. So really, really interesting thing. So what is the proper way of breathing? Well, nasal breathing all the time, as much as possible. So we want to inhale and exhale through the nose 99% of the times. I always say breathing through the mouth is like eating through the nose. It's just not supposed to happen, right? Another thing we want to do is actually breathe very light. So we want to learn how to breathe like a baby again, right? Light breathing involves a sort of soft, gentle, reducing that volume of air that you're taking in. Why? Because when it comes to breathing, less is more. Believe it or not, let me say this again. When it comes to breathing, less is more. We deliver more oxygen to the cells because of the carbon dioxide buildup, because it's carbon dioxide. And this we knew since 1904. It's called the Bohr effect, by a physicist, a Danish physicist. In 1904, he discovered this, that it's the accumulation of CO2 that signals to hemoglobin to release oxygen. I know, sounds strange and counterintuitive, right? But that's how it works. Oxygen is the primary fuel source, but it's the accumulation of carbon dioxide, which is a vasodilator and makes smooth muscles widen and relax, allowing for more oxygen to be released from red blood cells to feed all of the other cells and systems. Another thing we want to do is we want to breathe slow. So ideally, we want to breathe to a cadence of 6 counts in and 6 counts out. That should be sort of that ideal, but you don't have to go right straight to there. You can start with 4 and 4 or 3 and 3. And, there was a pretty interesting study by yogis, and what they found was animals that breathe really slow and long, they live a long life. And animals that, think of a dog, mouth breathing a lot and panting, they don't live as long as a turtle, let's say, for example, right? And then the next thing is deep. We want to engage that diaphragm. And I don't mean like gasping for air. No, that we want to actually take in less breaths, but we want to breathe deep into the diaphragm, that largest muscle we have for breathing. So with the diaphragm. So I do have an acronym. Well, it's not mine. It's actually from Oxygen Advantage, Patrick McEwen. He talks about LSD. So light, slow, deep, through the nose and using the diaphragm. So again, the diaphragm is this beautiful dome shaped, right? It's one of the largest muscles we have for breathing, and it's often forgotten. And just like any other muscle, if we don't use it, we lose it, right? So let's place our hands by our rib cage and sort of feel the expansion of the belly. That's what we want. Optimal breathing allows the expansion of the belly, right? As well as the rib cage. And then when we exhale, we want to contract the belly and the rib cage as well. We want to pull that belly button towards the spine. So that's actually the proper way of breathing. So inhale, expand, exhale, contract. So nice ways to put your hands around your ribs, like the lower part of the ribs, and you can actually feel the expansion. Now, most of us do it the opposite way. So that's another thing to get used to, that we're actually doing it wrong. We want to expand on the inhales and contract on the exhales. All right, so I do have some videos on my YouTube channel if you want to check those out under Breathwork Barista series. And I also have a free 9 vital breathing techniques available on my website for more of these breathing techniques, why, and why you should do them, how and when as well. Something I want to wrap up before we get into the experience is something that I did 2 weeks ago. I was at a wellness fair and I had one of the participants come to my booth, and I hooked up the HeartMath heart rate variability monitor. And this is what happened. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with HeartMath, but they've been doing studies, the HeartMath Institute, they've been doing studies on the heart for over 30 years. And what they discovered was that HRV, which is the fluctuation in the timing of the heartbeats, right? So your heart rate variability reflects how adaptable your body can be. And if it's highly variable, this is usually evidence that, your body can adapt pretty well to many kinds of changes. And people with high HRV are usually less stressed and happier. And then in general, low HRV is considered a sign of almost like current or future health problems, because it shows your body is less resilient and it struggles to handle changing situations. So what they discovered is HRV actually affects physical and mental performance, specifically affecting the brain centers involved with decision-making, foresight, social awareness, and even your ability to self-regulate more your emotions as well. So the good thing is that we can actually change the way the heart and brain communicate with each other. So these jaggedy lines actually represent incoherence, chaos, right? And what, again, the HeartMath Institute found is that it actually is correlated with cortical inhibition. So these are cognitive functions that are inhibited, like we can't think clearly, our reaction time is slower. And this is the state when people are, angry, frustrated, irritated, highly stressed, impatient, and even worried, right? And I mean, this has happened to everybody. I'm sure when you're super stressed, sometimes I can't even remember my own number, right? Or I blurt out something that I didn't even mean. So this was he was breathing normally and he looked super cool. And it wasn't like he didn't look angry or frustrated or anything else, but maybe that's what was happening inside, right? So that was 3 minutes of breathing, normal breathing for him. Then what I did was I engaged into a heart coherence technique, which we're going to be doing very soon. It's literally 3 minutes. And then I did a quick heart coherence meditation as well. And this was his HRV readings after the meditation and the breathing technique. Only 3 minutes. It took, these are beautiful, smooth lines. You can tell the variability is higher. And this is the opposite. It's coherence. Coherence is, being in a state of gratitude, love, appreciation, calm, patience, confidence, right? This is the flow state. Think of coherence in this state as this inner composure, right? And it's reflecting, this is what the HeartMath Institute found, that it's reflecting much deeper levels of synchronization between our brain, our heart, and our nervous system, right? It's this emotional stability that we can all achieve in just under 3 minutes here, right? Or just in 3 minutes. It's this resilience, right? This enhanced mental cognitive function. And so this is why I love breathing techniques, and they're really, really helpful in allowing you to really reach those states of coherence, heart-brain coherence, right? So everything is working much more effectively and efficiently. So just to wrap it up before we go into our experience, I love this quote. I don't even know where I got it, but I just keep saying it now. When you control your breath, or maybe it's a variation of different things that I've heard, but when you control your breath, nothing can take away your peace, right? You just have your breath available to you. every single day, every single hour, every single minute. It can help you maximize that lung function, right? And the best part, it's free, it's portable, and it's available to everyone, no matter what your fitness level is, right? And, I love saying that you can go months without food, days without water, but only a few minutes without your breath, right? So it just goes to show you how important breathing optimally is. And I love to tell my clients that you're literally one breath away from a healthier version of you. So I am just so excited for you to experience the breath work coming up in just a second here. So before I go on, does anyone have any questions in terms of the science? And if you do, please leave them in the Q&A section, and then we'll get to them a little later. So each of those areas, each of those organs, each of those systems, the breath can actually optimize their function as well. And then, of course, if you're not breathing properly, it can not support it or inhibit the function of those systems and cells, just to sort of wrap up a little bit of that. And the more I dig deep into the breath world and the science behind it, it's just so fascinating, all of these amazing things that I keep learning. It's breathing out through the nose. So remember, like breathing through the mouth is like eating through the nose, right? I kind of remember it that way. It's like, okay, no, then we're not supposed to be through our nose. So we're not supposed to be breathing through the mouth. Yes, so we want to actually nasal breathe 99% of the times, except, of course, if you're talking, eating, or I like to say kissing. So definitely nasal breathing is what we should be doing all the time. Now, during the actual experience, this is called the elemental rhythm experience, we are going to breathe in through the nose, so sharp inhales through the nose, but we're going to actually sigh through the mouth. Now, you're probably saying, but wait a minute, you just told us to be nasal breathing 99% of the times. Yes, but this is an exercise, and we're only going to be doing it for a couple of minutes, right? So it's not going to be that habitual breathing, but habitual breathing, yes, all in and out through the nose. But of course, not when you're doing extraneous exercise. And of course, you can use your mouth. But even during practice, I tell my athlete clients to practice even with mouth taping, because then you're increasing that carbon dioxide tolerance. So it's going to be a lot easier when you're actually competing or on the field or wherever you are. So for this experience, we are going to breathe in through the nose, sharp inhales through the nose, and then we're going to sigh it out. So in and sigh it out. Okay. So when we breathe in, we're going to functionally breathe here, right? So the breathing mechanics stay the same. So we're going to inhale, and I'm going to step back a little bit, and we're going to, if you want to keep your hands around the rib cage or even on the belly, we're going to expand the belly on the inhale and contract the belly on the exhale. Okay. And the rib cage as well. So you're going to you want to feel that. And you know what? This takes time. So be a little patient with yourself as well. Because it took me a while to actually breathe correctly as well. So I was doing it the opposite way. I mean, society always tells us to stick our stomach in, and now you want me to, bulge my belly out? Well, that's the first. And that's exactly what I'm telling you in this class. All right. So we're going to inhale through the nose, expand, and then pull that belly button towards the spine. So we're going to do this for the 4 techniques, the 3 techniques. So the first 3 techniques are going to have this biomechanics. We're going to sharp inhales through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to breathe in for 4 counts. So 4 counts, allow yourself that room, right? Because we're breathing in for 4. So it's going to sound like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So those inhales and those exhales, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. So these are called the earth breath. And here we're doing the elemental rhythm breathwork experience. If you've ever heard of this experience, it was actually created by a fellow from Woodbridge, Ontario, which I'm super proud to be one of his students. And what he's created is a beautiful sequence of breathing, intention setting, as well as a beautiful 3-part meditation. It just allows you to reconnect all of the beautiful experience that you just created with your breath. So we're going to start with these breathing techniques, these 4 counts in, 4 counts out. That's the earth breath. We're going to move. So pick up the tempo to 2 counts in and 2 counts out. And they sound and look something like in, 2, out, 2, in, 2, out, 2. Okay, then we're going to pick up the speed one more time. And these are to the count of 1. So this is going to be in, out. So these are to the count of 1. Then we're going to pick up the speed one more time. So the yogis in the room, very similar to the breath of fire, but these are very similar. So we have a couple of options. We're either going to do in and out through the nose, in through the nose and out through the mouth, or in and out through the mouth. So these sound something like, or or so here you're definitely going to feel it in your belly, you're definitely going to feel it in the abdominal muscles, you're also going to feel it a little bit more in the upper chest. Now normally we want to breathe more deep into the belly, right, allowing the belly to contract, to expand and contract, right? But this we're going to feel a little bit more because we're essentially, for a very short period of time, nothing will happen to you, I promise, about 30 seconds of hyperventilation. So we're going to breathe in and out through the nose for 30 seconds, or in and out, or in through the nose and out through the mouth, or in and out through the mouth. So let's practice that now and pick which one you want to do. And this one usually gets a chuckle in my classes, and it's usually the toughest one, believe it or not. Because we are not used to doing this type of breath work, right? So be very patient. We're going to do this a couple of times. By the last round, I am sure you'll get the hang of it. After we do that, I'm going to count you down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to ask you to hold your breath. So take a nice deep inhale and then hold the breath. When you hold the breath at the top, feel that pressure building in your head. I invite you to squeeze your body. So remember, you're going to be laying down, right? So I invite you to squeeze your body, squeeze everything, squeeze your butt cheeks together, your pelvic floor, like your muscles, your abdominal muscles. And then I invite you to look in between the eyebrows. So look with your eyes closed. You're going to be looking in between the eyebrows. And what this does, it's no woo-woo. It's actually, and Joe Dispenza does this as well. It's actually sending spinal fluid. All the squeezing is sending spinal fluid to the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is connected to your third eye, your higher self, and higher intuition. Okay. So after that, after the holding, we're going to hold for 10, 15 seconds. I'm going to ask you to exhale, but the exhale is not your normal exhale. It's going to be a humming sound. So we're going to keep our lips closed and hum through the nose. When we hum through the nose, it's another really fun fact. Just in general, nasal breathing is so important because it actually filters the air, moistens the air, it humidifies it, right? It's your first line of defense, really. When you mouth breathe, none of that happens, right? So you're really getting all the gunk from the environment and it goes down into your respiratory system. But the nose filters all that. But it also produces nasal nitric oxide, which, as I mentioned earlier, super powerful molecule. It even won a Nobel Prize. So it is a very important molecule. When we hum through the nose, we actually increase that production by 15-fold. So many times I tell my clients, if they have headaches coming on, then just visualize the breath going to that area and humming into that area. And it really does help to alleviate the headache, because what's a headache? Constriction of blood vessels. So bringing that oxygenated blood and opening up those blood vessels helps with headaches. And of course, just humming your favorite song, nobody has to know you're doing it. You're doing a breathwork technique. And it makes you feel really, really good and happy. So we're going to hum the exhale. And after that, I'm just going to ask you to go back to those grounding earth breaths. And then we're going to go into a beautiful 3-part meditation. And then I'm going to ask you to just bring you back here to us, to this space, and then share your experience or not. Okay, so you may have some side effects, and I'll talk about the side effects during the actual experience. I hope we are ready. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat right now. And please, there's no pop quiz after this. You don't have to remember anything that I said in terms of the experience, because I will be talking you through the experience as well. So I'll keep reminding you which breathing technique we're doing, how long we're doing it for, and so forth. So I hope we are ready to go. Let me just make sure my sound here is good to go. And we're going to start with setting an intention. So I invite you to lay down, get comfortable, put on your eye mask, and let's breathe together. So breathe really deep. So allowing, remember, your belly to rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. So now I just invite you to scan your body, quickly scan your body with these inhales and exhales, and send the exhales to any part of your body that you may be feeling some tension, maybe some stiffness, maybe some stress. Allow the exhales to soften, or maybe perhaps even take that uncomfortableness away. Breathing in deep into the belly, expanding the chest, and then letting it go. And now I invite you to focus your attention in the area of the heart. And I invite you to breathe in and out of this beautiful organ that's keeping you alive. And in this space of immense gratitude for your heart, I invite you to visualize someone that you're grateful for today. Visualize this person as if they're right here in front of you. And I invite you to send them all the love, the gratitude, and the appreciation for them being in your life. And in this space of immense gratitude for them, I invite you to turn the attention onto you. What is your intention for this experience? Maybe it's to let go, to surrender, to trust. Maybe it's to forgive yourself or someone else. Maybe it's just to be open to whatever this experience may bring you. Sometimes I like to dedicate these practices to someone who may really benefit from the beautiful healing energy we're about to create here tonight. So on your next inhale, I invite you to breathe in that intention. Breathe it in directly into your heart and allow it to guide you throughout the experience. May all of your intentions be realized. We're going to go into those grounding earth breaths. Remember, to the count of 4, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. So give yourself space and to breathe in for 4 counts and then out for 4. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Release. 2, 3, 4. Let's pick it up to those water breaths. These are to the count of 2. Ready? Let's go. In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. In, out. Breathe in. Let it go. In, out. In, out. Yes, that's it. Beautiful. Keep going. Keep engaging that diaphragmatic breath, breathing deep into the belly, the rib cage, the chest, and then letting it go. Beautiful. That's it. Keep going. Allowing the inhales and the exhales to flow in and out of your body. Beautiful. We're going to pick it up one more time, well, actually twice. Pick up the tempo to what we call the air breaths. So these are to the count of 1. So we're going to sharp inhales through the nose and then out through the mouth. Ready? Let's go. Ah, ah, ah. In, out, in, out, in, out. Ah, ah. So we're increasing the tempo here, but the mechanics stays the same. Remember, we're going to expand on the inhales and contract on the exhales. That's it. Really work your belly here. Work that diaphragmatic breath. Beautiful. Teaching your body how to properly breathe right here, right now. That's it. Amazing. Keep going. Yes, good job. Doing great. That's it. In, out, in, out. If my ins are your outs, that's okay. Just keep breathing, allowing the breath to really flow in and out of your body. That's it. Oxygenating each and every single cell of your body with these fresh breaths. Yes. Good job, everybody. Keep going. We're almost there. We're going to pick up the speed one more time to what we call the breaths of fire. So bringing that breath in and out of your body really fast as you can for only 30 seconds. So it's not a long time. We're going to pick up the speed in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. In, out, in, out, in, out. That's it. You got this. You can do in and out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the mouth, or in and out through the mouth, whatever is easier. You can even switch it up right now. If you find it too difficult, come on, you got this. 15 more seconds, 15 more seconds. And then we take a nice deep inhale and we hold the breath and squeeze the body. So keep going as fast as you can. We're going to inhale in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody inhale and hold the breath. Hold, hold, hold. Squeeze your body, squeeze your butt cheeks, your abdominals, your pelvic floor. Look in between the eyebrows. Hold, hold, hold. And remember, we're going to hum through the nose, build on nitric oxide. Keep your lips closed and hum through the nose in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Amazing job. Good work. Feel the sensations you've just created with your body. Feel any tingling, buzzing, vibrating sensations. Connect with those sensations. Maybe your heart is beating faster, deeper. Connect with that as well. Say, good job. Round 1 complete. I invite you to reconnect with your intention. Reconnect with those grounding earth breaths. We're going to do them together. Remember, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Let's go. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Keep going. We're going to switch to those water breaths. Ready? Let's go. In, 2, out. 2. In, out. Breathe in, sharp inhales through the nose and release with a sigh. That's it. In, 2, out. 2. That's it. Beautiful. In, out, like waves going in and out from the shore. Allow these breaths to flow in and out of your body. Beautiful. We're going to pick up the speed to those air breaths, really oxygenating our cells here. Very soon, keep with these water breaths. That's it. Feeling the diaphragmatic breaths, oxygenating, detoxifying each and every single cell of your body. Let's pick it up to those air breaths. Ready? Let's go. In, out, in, out. Ah, 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 ah. Ah, that's it. Inflating the belly and deflating it. Expanding and contracting. Yes, that's it. You're doing awesome. Keep going. Come on, it's called breath work for a reason. Let's breathe and work hard now so we can enjoy the meditation, the fruit of our labor. Let's go. Beautiful work. Connecting with your chi here, your prana, your life force. That's it. Good job, everybody. Keep going. Keep breathing. We're almost there. You're doing awesome. Come on, one more song, one more track, and we get to relax. So let's give it our best here. Good job. 30 more seconds in air, and then we're going to pick up the speed. But keep going with these air breaths. In, out. Ha, ha. If you want to vocalize the experience inside out with a vocalized sigh, then and it feels good, then do it. I invite you to do it. Keep going. Sometimes we need to vocalize to really release any emotions that are stuck. Our issues are in our tissues oftentimes. Let's really breathe all of that stagnant energy out of our bodies. That's it. Let's pick up the speed. Let's go in, out, in, out, in, out. As fast as you can, as aggressive as you can. You got this. Keep going. 15 more seconds. Come on, build that fire in the belly. Connect with this transformative element of fire. Keep going. In, out, in, out. We're going to breathe collectively in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone take a nice deep inhale. And then hold it, hold the breath, squeeze the body, squeeze the butt cheeks, the pelvic floor, the abdominal muscles, hold, squeeze, 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 look in between the eyebrows, connect with that third eye, hold. Remember, we're going to exhale with a hum through the nose, keep your lips closed, hum through the nose. I invite you to hold at the bottom of the exhale. Once you've emptied out your lungs, hold. Squeeze your body up again. Squeeze your butt cheeks, your abdominals. Look in between the eyebrows. Hold until you get the urge to breathe. If you're experiencing any of the common side effects like temperature, tingling, vibrating sensations, maybe even a little bit of slight cramping, it's all normal. If it's too much, just normalize your breath. Breathe normally and your body knows what to do. Everything will subside. Beautiful. Good job. One more track, everyone. It's a short one, so let's get right into it. Our earth breaths for 4 counts. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Release, 2, 3, 4. Let's pick it up to those water breaths. Ready? In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. That's it. Beautiful. Keep going. You're doing amazing. Good job. Let's breathe in and let it go. Yes, that's it. We're almost done here. We're almost done the breathing part, and then we get to relax and just enjoy a couple of minutes of meditation. That's it. You're doing great. Keep going. Let's pick it up to those air breaths one last time. Let me see the best air breath yet. Ready? Let's go. In, out, in, out, in, out. Ah, 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 ah. That's it. Expanding, contracting, releasing. That's it. Every single, use the exhales to just let go of what no longer serves you. Any pent up emotions. If you want to forgive anybody, just allow that to happen as well. Release anything that no longer serves you. Yes. Let it go. Yes. Beautiful work. You got this. Keep going. Breathing in, out, in, out. Allow your breath to be your medicine tonight. That's it. Good job. You're doing great. Keep going. Keep going. We're almost there. We're almost there. 30 seconds. We're going to pick up the speed one last time to those fast breaths of fire. That's it. You're doing great. Keep going. Nice work. Good job. Amazing. Let's pick it up to those aggressive inhales and exhales. Let's go in, out, in, out, in, out. That's it. Beautiful work. Keep going, keep going. You're doing great. You got this. In, out, in, out, in, out. A little bit more. Come on, last piece of work to do, and then you get to relax. You got this. You can push yourself outside of your comfort zone tonight. Really test your body's boundaries here with these breaths of fire. That's it. Use the element of fire to help you transform right here, right now. Nice. Come on, 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a nice deep inhale. And then hold it at the top. One last breath. Hold. Squeeze your body up again. Squeeze your butt cheeks, your abdominals, your pelvic floor. Look in between the eyebrows. Connect with that third eye. Hold. Squeeze. And release. Mouth closed. Hum through the nose. Amazing work. I invite you to hold at the bottom of the exhale for as long as you can. Hold your breath. Feel the stillness in the breath. Invite that stillness into your life, that pause, for as long as you can. As we transition into meditation, where there is no more manipulation of the breath, no more work to do. Just lay there for a couple of minutes, enjoying the benefits, sensations of the breathwork practice. I invite you to recall or visualize a younger version of you. It can be you from last week, last month, last year, or or maybe you as a young child. So whatever version of you came up, I invite you to connect or maybe reconnect. Visualizing this younger version of you standing right in front of you. Acknowledge them by staring directly into their eyes. Smiling, feeling their love, your love. Imagine radiating gratitude, love, and appreciation from their heart to yours and from your heart to theirs. Reconnect with this younger version of you. If there's anything they would like to say to you, let them. If there's anything you would like to say to them, maybe some words of encouragement, some words of support, some advice that could have really helped you back then. Here's your chance. Say it to them now. I invite you to accept all of it, accept who you were at that time without any judgment. You did what you did. You made the decisions you made at that time with the resources, the knowledge, the wisdom that you had. So accept it without any judgment. I now invite you to share a few words with this younger version of you. More than the words, I invite you to feel the feelings or the emotions that come with these words. So I now invite you to extend your arms and hold hands with this younger version of you and tell them thank you. Thank you for the ups and downs, the life lessons and the journey. Step a little closer. Hold their hands a little tighter. Let them know that I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if you felt alone. I'm sorry if you felt abandoned. I'm sorry if you felt misunderstood. I'm sorry if you felt like you weren't enough. I'm so sorry. And now let them know I forgive you. I forgive you for the mistakes that you've made, for the lies that you've told. I forgive you for hurting yourself and others. I forgive you. Let's move forward. Finally, I invite you to embrace this younger version of you. Feel their heartbeat next to yours and whisper in their ear, I love you. I love you for who you are. I love your qualities. I love your imperfections. You are so special and unique. I love you. I invite you to use the next song just to integrate whatever may come up for you.
it's all you've got to just be strong. And it's a fight just to keep it together, together. I know you think that you are too far gone, but hope is never lost. Hope is never lost. Hold on, don't let go. Hey, hold on, don't let go. Just stay one step closer, put one foot in front of the other. You'll get through this. Just follow the light in the darkness. You're gonna be okay. I know your heart is heavy from those nights, but just remember that you are a fighter, a fighter. You never know just what tomorrow holds, and you're stronger than you know. You're stronger than you know. Hold on, don't let go. Hey, hold on, don't let go. Just stay one step closer, put one foot in front of the other. You'll get through this. Just follow the light in the darkness. One step closer, put one foot in front of the other. You'll get through this. Just follow the light in the darkness. You're gonna be okay.
Slowly bring your awareness back to the space. Make small movements with your body. So begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your neck side to side. Maybe take a nice stretch, arms over your head, ankle over the other, and just take a nice stretch as if it's first thing in the morning. Slowly waking your body, coming to one side of your body, and then slowly making your way to a seated position. Removing your mask and coming back to us.
Oh, Rita, that was spectacular. Thank you so much. Someone here, we have Teresa. Do you mind sharing the song title? It was very uplifting. I think she's referring to that very last one, one foot in front of the other. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
I can. Thank you, Sandra.
Okay, wonderful. If anyone has any questions for Rita, if you could just put them in the Q&A, and we'd love to get some questions in. And Rita, I think there are some participants tonight, and it's so beautiful to see. We have some alumni on with us, and some current students, and some new beautiful souls that have come with us tonight as well. I think there's a few people on tonight that are dealing with grief, grief of a loved one, grief of the loss of a pet, or just grief, I think, attending funerals. So as far as breathing in regards to dealing with grief, how would that work?
Well, I didn't tell this story, but that was the reason why I got into breath work actually, was because my aunt passed away from breast cancer, and I just wanted to connect with her, one more time. And I actually did this breathing experience, and I saw visions of her. So that could be one way to connect with a loved one or a pet through the intention setting. You can connect with that person. But interestingly, according to Chinese medicine, grief is held in the lungs. So you can really help grieve, the grieving process, by breathing techniques. And now we want to downregulate the nervous system, because breathing can be used to upregulate if we feel fatigued and tired, right? So tap into that sympathetic nervous system, or we want to downregulate it. And now with grief, it's more the down regulation. So with that, we want to use the exhales. So we want to do more of the breathing techniques that are not excitatory. So we want to extend the exhale. So maybe perhaps a really good one would be 4 in, some sort of breath hold, whatever you can do. You can start with 4, go to 6, 7, and then extend for double the inhale. So you can start with 8, extending for 8. So the 4, 7, 8 is a really relaxing one, and also helping to heal from grief. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Okay, thank you. And I know you brought up the book, The Oxygen Advantage, which is a fantastic resource. So one of the questions Andrea is asking, do you recommend mouth taping during sleep?
Yes. I say try it. It's not going to hurt you. That's for sure. It'll do you well. And with mouth taping, sound very scary, but all you need to do is a piece of that surgical tape. You can buy the mouth tape, but in my opinion, you can use surgical tapes. It works just as fine. Yeah. And just right like this. So you can still kind of breathe, but it just trains your mouth to stay shut and your jaw to stay shut as well. So just a tiny little bit of mouth taping here. So yes, I do recommend it, because when I started doing it, I woke up I felt the difference, even though I'm not a mouth breather. So I say try it.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm a huge proponent of taping up before you go to sleep. It's incredible what it can do. Just for sound sleep and all the benefits that you mentioned. Another area to mouth tape is when you're flying. So I don't know if you've ever noticed, if you're on a long flight and you go to the washroom and you see everyone and they're all like this. And then they're already lacking oxygen high up in the air, and then
exactly,
and then mouth breathing on a plane. So when you see someone taped up on a plane, they know and are aware of proper breathing. So that's another area to do it in for sure.
I love that.
Yeah, and then someone here is saying they're going through a breakup. So this is perfect, which is another form of grieving, right? So just the loss of a partner, the loss of an individual in your life. She said, they said, I find myself having panic or anxiety due to the loss. So I think you did a beautiful section on panic, anxiety, depression.
There is one called the very quick one, psychological sigh. So basically what we want to do, physiological sigh. Sorry, let's get this. So what we want to do is, and it's really, really similar, if not the same type of breath that we do when we are crying, right? And our body naturally is relaxing us. So we want to stop that panic attack or that anxiety coming on. It's literally 2 sharp inhales and then 1 long exhale, almost like hissing through the mouth. So it's, you could do it 3 times and you already feel sort of that gentleness, that softness coming in, that relaxation coming in. So that's a good one for anxiety on the spot. So there's breathing techniques that you can do before bed as part of your morning routine or evening routine. And then there's some that you can do online. So offline and online. And this is one that you can do on the spot. The humming is one that you can do on the spot as well.
Okay, very nice. And another question, how does Wim Hof differ from the breathing that you did this evening?
So interestingly, you say that. So Wim Hof, the person that created this type of breathwork experience, he was one of the very first Canadians to train under him. So 15 years ago, when Wim Hof was nobody, he literally called him up, and Wim was like, I think, people know his personality. Sure, come up and we'll do some breathing and I'll certify you in that. So that there's definitely a little bit of that. But what I found with Wim and the Wim Hof breathing, it's a lot of up-regulating your nervous system, right? It's like a lot of hyperventilation. There should be a little bit of balance, right? And teaching your body as well what it needs. Sometimes it needs that down regulation. It doesn't really need more of that up regulation of the nervous system. So that's how it differs. It's sort of a more complete breathwork experience as opposed to a breathwork technique.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So more of an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. That sounds excellent. And then what about people that have long travel in a vehicle? So just what type of breathing would be, the most beneficial when you're driving long distances?
Which I'm going to be doing that. Actually, I'm going to New York. I'm going to be driving to New York. The thing I recommend is get out and move your body, because movement and breath, functional breathing and functional movement is very similar, right? Not very similar. It's very highly correlated. So definitely move your body, get out of the car, move your body, take nice deep breaths, maybe not on the highway. If you can stop somewhere where there's a beautiful, beautiful trees and nature around you, that's what I would recommend highly. But in the car, again, it's whatever you're feeling. If it's fatigue, then you want to excite the body. So you want to you play around with the inhales. So you do quick inhales and then maybe some breath holds as well. That actually helps to upregulate your nervous system. If it's that you're feeling too much tension and too much panic, maybe you're the co-pilot, or maybe you're the driver that's feeling that anxiety, then you want to relax, right? So those extended exhales is what I would recommend.
Amazing. Extended exhales.
For relaxation, and then those quick inhales to help you sort of excite your body or tap into that excitatory or upregulation of the nervous system if you want to feel more energetic.
Nice. Now in Ayurveda, they speak about the bee humming. So that's where you kind of put, plug your ears and then make that sound of a bee. And what is that one, and how do you go?
Yeah, so that's exactly like the humming, but it's got a few other things that you can do to it. When you actually close your eyes, you're tuning in to, and that's why we do these with the eye masks too. So you can really tune into your inner body and connect with your body and your senses as well. And then as well, plug in the ears, you are feeling the vibration more, right? When you actually plug your ears too. So that's actually a variation of the humming breath that we did during the experience.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. I love humming. It's so relaxing too. And I said, I use it for my headaches when sometimes I get these tension and headaches. So I just visualize the breath here and then hum through the nose. Menstrual pain as well. You can hum too, and it can help with that. The deep belly breathing, of course. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Well, I think that is it for the questions this evening. We want to thank everyone for attending tonight. We want to give a big special thank you to Rita for hosting this amazing experiential experience with all of us. And we look forward to having Rita back. We will keep you updated on future events with Rita and IHN and everything else that Rita is doing. And with that, Rita, have a beautiful trip to New York.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to share my passion for breathwork with everyone here at the IHN family. Thank you. So grateful our paths have crossed.
Well, so are we, Rita. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who joined us this evening.
Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful evening. Bye.
Bye-bye.